One day, there was a young man named Nico who was very good at reading the room. Not because he was an empath, but because he was always thinking about how others would accept him. With his friends, he copied the class clown. At work, he copied the most serious person. On social media, he copied whoever was popular. One night, he was completely exhausted, not from work, but from pretending. He sat in a small cafe, quietly holding a cup of coffee, and noticed an old woman sitting alone, sketching in a notebook. The drawings were simple, but they carried a strange kind of life. He asked, "Ma'am, why do you draw, even when you're alone?" The old woman smiled and said, "Because this is my true joy. I don't need applause." Something tugged at Nico's chest. When he got home, he didn't post anything. He didn't edit his personality. He simply sat quietly and journaled about the things he truly loved. Quiet mornings, simple coffee, long walks, and listening to other people's stories. The next day, he stopped pretending. He wasn't overly loud, nor overly serious. He was just himself. And something strange happened. He felt lighter. His smile became more natural. His conversations felt more real. That's when he understood a simple truth. You don't need to be someone else to be valuable, because the world is already full of copies, but there is only one original you. And as Oscar Wilde said, be yourself, as everyone else is already taken. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about something that sounds so simple, yet can be one of the hardest things to do in life. It's summed up perfectly in that famous quote often attributed to Oscar Wilde, be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. We hear it all the time, right? On posters and inspirational posts from our friends. But what does it actually mean to be yourself in a world that's constantly telling you who you should be? From the moment we're young, we're bombarded with expectations. Our families, our schools, our jobs, and especially social media all present us with these carefully crafted images of the perfect life, the right way to think, and the ideal person to be. It's so easy to get caught up in this endless comparison game. We scroll through feeds and see people with seemingly flawless careers, perfect relationships, and amazing adventures. That little voice in our head starts whispering, why isn't my life like that? Maybe if I just acted more like them or looked more like them, I'd be happier. So we start to perform. We put on a mask. We might adopt opinions that aren't truly ours because they're popular. We might chase a career path that our parents approve of, even if it leaves us feeling empty inside. We might dress a certain way to fit in with a crowd, even if it feels completely unnatural. We become actors in our own lives, playing a role we think the world wants to see. The problem is, this performance is exhausting. It takes a huge amount of energy to constantly pretend to be someone you're not. And deep down, it creates this nagging feeling of being a fraud, this disconnect between who you are on the inside and the person you present to the world. It's a lonely place to be. The truth is, trying to be someone else is a losing game. First of all, you'll never be as good at being them as they are. They've had a lifetime of practice. But more importantly, when you try to copy someone else, you rob the world of the one thing that only you can offer, your unique self. Think about it. Your specific combination of experiences, thoughts, quirks, talents, and passions has never existed before and will never exist again. You have a perspective that is entirely your own. Your weird sense of humor, your obsession with old black and white movies. The way you get super passionate when talking about gardening, that's the good stuff. That's what makes you you. So how do we start peeling back the layers and rediscovering our authentic selves? It's a journey, not a destination, and it starts with self-awareness. Take some time to actually listen to yourself, away from all the noise. What genuinely makes you light up? What activities make you lose track of time? What are your core values? The principles you wouldn't compromise on? Maybe it's creativity, or kindness, or adventure. Write them down. Start paying attention to when you feel most energized and alive, and when you feel drained and resentful. That's your inner compass telling you when you're on the right track. And then comes the scary part. You have to be brave enough to act on it. This might mean having uncomfortable conversations. It might mean saying no to things that don't align with your values, even if it disappoints someone. It might mean pursuing a hobby that your friends think is weird. It might mean sharing an opinion that isn't the most popular one in the room. Each time you do this, each time you choose authenticity over approval, you strengthen that be yourself muscle. Nice. It gets easier, and you start to attract people into your life who love and appreciate you for who you actually are. not for the character you've been playing. Embracing your true self is the ultimate act of self-love. It's about giving yourself permission to be imperfect, to be a work in progress, and to be gloriously, unapologetically you, because everyone else really is already taken, but the role of you. That's a lifetime appointment, and you're the only one qualified for the job. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.